Okay, get yourself onto your left and then come into a good cross-leg position. Just observe your balance as you sit. Do you feel like you kind of sit with with more weight on one side than on the other? So just have a little wriggle about these. I've got this kind of prayer cushion, and it's it's a bean bag effectively. So it's really good for just finding that levelness. But you can also roll over, move the buttock flesh out to the sides. Just feel that you are even at the seat bones. Hold onto your knees and elevate your heart area up to the ceiling, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Look down at the floor, look at something that doesn't move. Focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and exhalations. Focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Filling the lungs from the bottom to the top and emptying your lungs from the top to the bottom. Your eyes fixed on something that doesn't move, just to help to quieten the brain at the beginning of the session. And then release your knees, keeping your eyes still in the sockets. Lengthen from your armpits into your elbows. Your elbows into the heels of your hands, the heels of your hands into the fingertips. And with an exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and exhalations. Long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and long, slow, deep, deliberate exhalations. Fill in the lungs from the bottom to the top, observing as the chest expands upwards and outwards. And exhaling from the top of the lungs to the bottom, feeling the chest relax with the exhalation. With an exhalation, draw your chin down to meet your chest. Lift your chest up to meet your chin. Just spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude. Thankfulness for something or someone or somewhere. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area. And then release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb. Just a gesture of wisdom, of physical intelligence, and of peacefulness that we can carry into our practice as intentions. And with an exhalation, open your eyes and raise your head. Hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest, elevating the heart area to the ceiling, and then turn to the right side, drawing your abdomen across and your ribs and your shoulders, keeping your neck still and soft. Pressing the back hand into the floor so that you maintain the position on the front edge of the seat bones. Draw the abdomen across the ribs and the shoulders, observing any resistance and drawing your attention beyond that resistance into areas within the physical body of freedom. Use each exhalation to intensify the turn. Use each inhalation to energize the physical body. Come back to the center. Hold on to your knees. Take a deep inhalation. Filling the lungs with positive energy, and then with the exhalation, turn to the left. Again, observing the physical body's response to the turn, identifying resistance and freedom. Using the in-breath to consciously energize, using the out-breath to intensify the pose, intensify the turn. And then come back to center. Just observe that warmth of energy around the spine. Just continue to take deep inhalations and exhalations. Come off the lift and then sit back on your heels and sit back on your heels. Just let the legs mold into themselves for a moment. Let the legs be a little passive. Let the shins mold into the floor. And then consciously activate the shins. Press the shin bone into the shin skin so that the thighs activate. And when the thighs activate, you can elevate the heart area upwards. Keep the shins pressing into the floor. Keep the seat bones down on your heels, and then come forwards, hinging at the hips, feeling that intense stretch around lower back. Keeping your arms straight, bringing your forehead down. If you lose contact between the seat bones and the heels, then put a block underneath your head. If that doesn't work, put the block between the seat bones and the heels. Breathe even, deep inhalations and exhalations. Actively extending into the arms, extending into the hands, into the palms, maximizing the contact between the palm skin and the mat, stretching into the fingertips, squeezing the outer elbows in so that you can push the hands, so that you can lengthen down into the tailbone. The more you activate the arms, the more extension you will get in the spine. Lift your head, come up onto the fingertips, and then walk your hands over to the right side. Extending deeply, especially into that left arm, extending into the left side, stretching out the left side of the torso. Breathing even, deep inhalations and exhalations, just feeling that deep stretch on that left side of the torso. And then walk yourself back to the center. Stay on the fingertips. Just turn the seat bones to the heels, and then walk the arms over to the left side. Try and stay down on the heels, but you probably won't be able to, but do your best to work down into them. Extend deeply into the arms, especially that right arm. Keep the head lifted. Feel that deep, intense stretch on the right side of the torso. Feels good, doesn't it? Keep breathing fully, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. And then walk your hands back to the center. Come back into Adho Mukha Virasana, really activating the arms, broadening around the lumbar and the sacrum area. Keep your right hand where it is, and then thread the left arm underneath the right armpit. Bring the shoulder down if you can. Bring your head down, and then really work that both arms evenly. Work the right arm in Adho Mukha Virasana, but push the left arm really deeply into the floor, and then try and roll the chest down to the floor so that you open up in the shoulder blades. A really good way to warm up stiff shoulders. Push the left arm as firmly into the floor as you can, like you want to push it through the floor. And then come back to the center, just come back into Adho Mukha Virasana for a moment. And then lift the chest. Keep the left arm, lift the head. Keep the left arm where it is. Thread the right arm underneath the left elbow. Bring the shoulder down onto the floor if you can. Bring your head down onto the floor. Activate those arms. Keep the right arm pressing into the floor really firmly. Keep that left arm in Virasana. And then roll the chest down to face the floor. Prizing open those inner shoulder blades. Keep the breath deep and soft, listening to the breath, listening to the sound of the breath as it enters and as it exits. And then release, and then just one more time, stretch back into Adho Mukha Virasana. So with each return to Adho Mukha Virasana, perhaps you observe a different feeling in the lower back, a different feeling in the shoulders. Just listen to the breath as it enters and as it exits. Come up onto your knees. Have your hands as wide apart as the mat. So if you're not doing dog down, you can do dandasana or supta, baddangulyasana. Otherwise, spread the fingers, spread the palms, press the palm skin into the floor, turn the tail, but turn the toes under, and then come up into dog down. Don't be in a rush to slam the legs straight. Just feel your way into the pose. Press the palms into the floor. Whether you're in dog down or dandasana, push the palms into the floor. Use blocks if you can't reach. And then slowly begin to straighten the legs, tightening the kneecaps, pressing the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees. Let the neck, if you're in dog down, hang down. Keep the neck erect if you are in dandasana. Fill the lungs from the bottom to the top. Push the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Push the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees. Push the shins away from the toes. Listen to the sound of the breath. Keep working to get those legs active. The more you activate the legs, regardless of the pose, regardless of whichever pose we do, the more we work the legs, the more we can then extend into the spine. So maximize your consciousness of the legs. Maximize the leg consciousness, especially at the fronts of the legs, pushing through to the backs. turning the fronts of the thighs inwards, irrespective of whether you're in dog down or dandasana. Step your feet forwards and then get some blocks for your hands for half uttanasana. And then bring your feet as wide apart as your mat, precisely aligning the edge of your feet with the edge of the mat. So that's really important. It's important because it brings the toes in a little. It starts the action of turning the legs inwards, the fronts of the thighs inwards, so that the backs of the thighs broaden outwards, and it gives you space in the hips. Have your hands on your hips, lift up into the heart area, tighten in the kneecaps, do it, activating the legs like you were doing in dog down. Raise your arms, have your arms wide, presenting chest to the skies. A good positive thinking action. Keep the chest lifted, bring the hands back onto the hips, lift up into the heart area, keep the head lifted, keep the back straight as you hinge at the hips, and then come halfway, reach down to the blocks beyond fingertips. Just feel whether the legs are working evenly, whether the legs are working willingly. Sharpen the action of the thighs, of the kneecaps. Try and get both legs to mirror each other. Project the chin and the chest forwards. Extend the shoulder blades forwards towards the heart area, towards the front chest. If you can go down lower, then do, but never at the expense of losing the extension of the legs or the spine. If you can reach down to the floor, then do, but never at the expense of losing extension. If you can reach around the heels, drawing the chest through the legs. Avoid this if you've got a bad back. Then keep the legs activated. The activation of the legs is all important. It's the essential element. Stretching yourself out. And then release your hands down to the floor if you've got hold of your heels. Project the chin and the chest forwards. Keep the legs really firmly activated, observing whether you have let go in any way. Take a deep inhalation. And then with the exhalation, come up into a standing position, bending your knees on the way up if you need to. And then come into Tadasana. Have the inner edge of your feet together. Lift up into the chest. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards your chest, and then step your feet nice and wide so that the heels are in line with the hands, or heels in line with the wrists. Turn the left toes in, the right leg and foot all the way out. Face the front. Really, so before you go down, really firmly activate those legs, tighten the kneecaps. Turn this leg from the inside out. Do the same with this leg to bring the focus onto the little toe side of the foot. Lift out of the pelvis and up into the heart area. And then maintain that lift as you come over. Look up to the ceiling. Just feel where the body is in 3 dimensions. Where are the feet? Where is that front leg, hip? The front leg is the right leg. Where is the hip? Is it pushing towards the wall behind you? Or is it in line with that? right heel. Feel your way into the pose. Have a quick look down. Is your head in line with your foot? If it's not, then lift the chest a little more, squeeze the front leg buttock bone forwards a little bit more. React with that back leg, pushing that back leg towards the back of the room. Look up, reach up, turn the abdomen and the chest up to face the ceiling. Listen to the breath, enjoy the sensation of extension. Reach up with the top hand, come back to the center, and then swap the feet around, turn the right toes in a little, the left leg and foot all the way out. Just observe without looking where your feet are. Is the heel of this turned out leg, is the heel in line with the instep of the back foot or the toes of the back foot? Or is it in line with the heel of the back foot? Just feel where it is. Have a quick look, make sure that it's where it feels like it is. Correcting if it's not. And then turn those legs outwards. So we turn this back leg outwards to bring consciousness to the outside edge of the foot. We turn this front leg outwards to help us bring this front leg hip forwards. So you kind of broaden open the pelvis, lift from the pelvis up into the heart area, and then maintain that lift as you reach over. Breathe into the pose, fill in the lungs with positive energy, push the out breath into areas of resistance. Breathing into the pose, pushing the out breath into areas of resistance. Just observing if the legs are working evenly. If you suck the energy from the feet into the legs, into the hips, into the spine, into the arms, into the neck, into the head. And then reach up with the top hand, come back to the center, bring the feet parallel, and then step or jump your feet back together. Come back into Tadasana. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Indulge in every inhalation, acknowledging that inhalations are life. They are affirmation of existence. Every inhalation provides the energy of the universe to the physical body. Stretch your arms forwards, interlock your fingers, turn the palms all the way out, and then raise your arms over your head in baddangulyasana. Squeeze the outer elbows inwards. Wing the arms beyond your ears. Activate your kneecaps, turn the fronts of the legs inwards. So that the backs of the legs broaden so that you can unclench the buttocks. And then draw the tailbone down to the floor and forwards between the legs. Release your arms, just swap the interlock of the fingers so the other index finger is on the top of the stack. Turning the palm all the way out, raising the arm over your head. gently release your arms and then come back into Tadasana. So just observe your Tadasana. Listen to the sound of the breath. Focus in on filling the lungs fully from the bottom to the top. Emptying the lungs from the top to the bottom. Stretch your arms out in front. Turn the palms all the way out and then reach your arms beyond your chest like you're doing the breaststroke in the swimming pool, and then bend your elbows at the last minute, bring the fingertips together and then walk the fingers up towards the neck. And at this stage your hands will probably be like this. So then draw your elbows back. Draw your elbows back. Lengthen consciously from the shoulders into the elbows. And then push the elbows in towards each other, in towards the heels of the hands, so that the palms come flat. Namaskarasana. Continue to fill the lungs from the bottom to the top. Maintain your Tadasana in the legs, in the tailbone, in the abdomen, in the chest, in the arms, in the head. And then gently release your hands, resist the temptation to shake the hands, turn the palms all the way out. Feel that you have opened in the shoulders a little, that you've opened in the chest. Just take some deep inhalations, deep exhalations. Don't forget about the legs and the feet. What are they doing? Stretch your arms forwards, and one more time. Second time, you'll probably be able to move into the pose a little more willingly, a little more easily. You can always just get hold of the opposite elbow behind the back if you can't bring the hands into namaskarasana. And wing the elbows back, lengthen from the shoulders into the elbows, and then squeeze the elbows into the heels of the hands. From the heels of the hands, lengthen up into the fingertips. It really makes you activate your Tadasana. And then step your feet wide apart. So prasarita, padottanasana wide. So we're going to go to prasarita, padottanasana 2, but you might want to not go all the way. So I'll talk you into it as we go. So lift up into the chest and then hinge at the hips, come forwards, hinging at the hips. Now, if you're not bringing your heart lower than your head right lower than your heart rather, at this stage, release your hands, bring your hands down onto the floor in prasarita, padottanasana 1, extending into the spine. If you want to continue with prasarita 2, then keep the chest long, keep extending the chin to the floor as you come down. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath, keeping those legs firmly activated. Keeping the elbows winging back, keeping the elbows squeezing together. Okay, release your arms if you're in prasarita 2. Everyone come into prasarita, padottanasana 1, just having the arms on the floor, extending the chin and the chest away. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath, keeping the legs straight. Turning the legs inwards, the fronts of the legs inwards from the little toe side to the big toe side. Turning your toes inwards if you haven't done already. Lifting the seat bones, projecting the chin and the chest forwards. Okay, and from there just bring the heels of the hands down, bend your knees and then step or jump the feet back together and then come up into Tadasana. Raise your arms up and extend your arms up to the ceiling in Svanasana. And then release. So that's pretty intense, isn't it? It's good intense. Come down onto your knees. You can either go into supta baddangulyasana, or we're going to go back up into dog down. So supta baddangulyasana, lay on your back with your feet towards you and knees apart. Or we're going to go into dog down. So you make a decision about which one you want to do, and then come up into dog down or go down into supta baddangulyasana. In dog down, observe how the body feels different. Maintain the action of the legs as we have done in all of the standing poses. Just listen to the breath. Listen to the sound of the breath. Whichever pose you're doing, listen to the sound of the breath, the sound of the in-breath, the sound of the out-breath. Observing and acknowledging that the in-breath sounds different to the out-breath. Breathe in and out through the nose if you can. Maintain that activation of the legs and the chest and the arms and the breath. Just using the breath to help maintain the pose. Observe your internal balance. Come down onto your knees. Just sit back on your heels for a moment. If you're in supta baddangulyasana, you can just stay down for a moment. Just observe the energy that you have released so far. That pretty intense, deep lifting of the skin. That feeling of energetic lightness from the inside. Okay, get yourself a couple of blocks to sit on and get a belt, and then sit yourself directly on the blocks. So for this one, definitely sit on a lift if you have one. So blocks are good for this. So just move so that your backs of the thighs aren't connected to the blocks. It's just the seat bones. And then just find your dandasana. Push the seat bones into the blocks. Roll onto the front edge of the seat bones so that you draw the lumbar spine in. You kind of plug it into the socket. Lift up into the chest. Activate the legs. Breathe even. Deep inhalations and exhalations. Look at the feet. Are they active or are they just kind of doing their own thing? Turn the legs so that the big toe side of the foot is in line with the little toe side of the foot. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Get hold of the back of the left knee And then we're going to bring that left leg into virasana. So keep the knees together, bring that leg out to the side, bring that left leg into virasana. Now at this stage, you probably feel a little bit like you're kind of leaning over. So you can just lift up a little and just move the blocks. So it's just the right buttock that is supported by the blocks. So just roll over, move that buttock flesh out to the side so that you can find some levelness at the seat bones. So this foot and leg is in virasana. The other one maintains its length. Lasso the belt around the foot. So this is trianga mukhaikapada paschimottanasana, which is always quite satisfying to say. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Trianga mukhaikapada paschimottanasana. Press the fronts of the thighs down into the backs of the thighs. Activate the kneecap of that straight leg. Draw the torso around to face the straight leg. Lift up into the heart area. So you can just cross over the belt to keep it in place, and then raise your arms. Raise your arms to the sky, lifting up into the chest. If you've got a bad back, or you know that you can't reach your feet, you can just go back to the belt. Otherwise, try and lift up into the heart area. Keep the head lifted all the time, like it's magnetically attracted to the ceiling. Press the shin of that straight leg into the floor. Keep coming forwards, keep coming forwards, keep coming forwards, and then see if you can find the foot. If you can't find the foot, go back to the belt. So at this stage, reassess, do I feel level at the seat bones? And if you don't, then just come back and just remove. Sometimes it helps to just prop up one of the seat bones. Coming forwards, feeling level at the seat bones is really important. Keep the head lifted like it's magnetically attracted to the ceiling. Come forwards. If you can reach around the foot, then do. Gently extending the chin towards the toes as you gently come forwards. Let that leg, that straight leg, let it turn in. It will want to turn out. Turn it in. Consciously draw the inner knee of that straight leg down towards the floor. Turn the front of the thigh inwards. Coming forwards, keeping the head lifted. Try not to drop the head too soon. Bring the chest to the leg first, and then bring the head down. Bend your elbows out to the sides to keep the collarbone broad. Keep the breath deep and soft. Okay, come back to the center. Oh. And then release the leg, just reset on your blocks. And stretch the legs out in front. Just observe that coming out of a forward bend always has this quietening effect on the brain. Just come back into Dandasana, lifting up into the heart area and just resetting the legs, turning the legs inwards, turning the inner knees down to the floor so that the big toes are in line with the little toes. Roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. And then get hold of the back of the right knee. And then bring that leg into virasana. Just adjust the blocks. So I found on that other side that adjusting the blocks didn't give me levelness at the hips, and when I came forwards, didn't feel level at all. So the other way of leveling out the seat bones is to just prop up the straight leg seat bone with the edge of a blanket. So you don't need it right all the way under, just something that's going to bring that levelness to the hips, because you need level hips, otherwise coming forwards feels unpleasant. So just throw the belt around the foot, and then just initially reactivating that dandasana leg, keeping the knees close together, lifting up into the heart area, pushing into the legs, staying on the front edge of the seat bones. And then just cross the belt over just in case you need it, and then raise your arms up. So you may find that this pose gets you really warm. It kind of warms up the body. And then, like your head is magnetically attracted to the ceiling, come forwards, but hinging at the hips, keeping the back straight, coming forwards, pressing that shin into the floor of the left leg, and then reach down, find the foot. Just observe the seat bones. Do they feel level? If not, just gently adjust until they do feel level. That's really important. And then start to come forwards, keeping that straight leg activated, keeping the inner knee of that straight leg drawing towards the floor, keeping the elbows lengthening out to the sides of the room. If you can reach around the foot, then do. Maybe this side feels different to the other. Just observe that, respect that. Maybe it feels easier, maybe it doesn't. Just observe. Try and keep that straight leg in Dandasana. Turning the inner knee down. Rotating the front of the shin from the little toe side to the big toe side. Keeping the head lifted as you come forward. Driving the chin to the big toe. And if you can, keep coming down, bring the head down at the very last moment. Keep pressing the bent knee shin into the floor for balance. And then gently come back to the center. Just observe that quietness that comes over the body. Just stretch out the leg, just adjust yourself on the seat bones. And then just stretch the legs out into Dandasana. Bring the feet in towards the seat bones. If you're so stay sitting on your left. Get hold of the big toes. Now I find when I'm sitting on the left, I don't think my arms are long enough. It makes me feel like I really close my chest when I get hold of the big toes. So I prefer to slide a belt underneath my feet. Just hold onto the belt and keep the elbows wide. Keep the elbows wide as I lift the heart area upwards. Drawing the shoulders down away from your ears. Consciously push the heels together. Lengthen into the inner knees, from the inner groin into the inner knees, from the inner knees around towards the outer knees, from the outer knees in towards the hip, in towards the outer heel. So feel that there is conscious extension from the inner groin all the way along the inner thigh to the inner knee, from the inner ankle all the way along the inner calf towards the inner knee, from the inner knee around to the outer knee, and then from the outer knee into the hip and into the outer ankle. Keeping the chest lifted and open. Just breathe even deep inhalations and exhalations. Rolling onto the front edge of the seat bones, using the belt to help you to achieve that action. And then gently release, just stretch the legs away for a moment and then bring the legs into swastikasana. Again, stay in on the lift, hold onto your knees, lift up into the heart area and then turn to the right side. Maintaining the connection with the breath, maintaining the levelness of the hips, bringing the torso between the two hips if it's unlevel. And then come back to the centre. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, just observe the quietness of the brain. And then turn to the left. And then gently come back to the centre. Come down onto your back. Come into supta, baddangulyasana. Just again, just opening up the hips. If there's stiffness in your hips, then you can put some blocks underneath the outer thighs. Interlock the fingers, turn the palms all the way out, and then extend your arms along the floor. If there's stiffness in the shoulders, then put a blanket, folded blanket, or some blocks underneath your hands to support your shoulders. Otherwise, just enjoy the support of the floor. Enjoy the sensation of openness in the hips. Enjoy the openness of the armpits. Try and broaden the armpits like you're opening the lens, the iris of a camera. Breathe into the armpits. Release your arms, swap the interlock of the fingers so that the other index finger is on the top of the stack, and then extend your arms away along the floor. Again, broaden the armpits, opening them up like the iris of a camera. And then release your arms, just rest your shoulders into the floor, rest your hands on your lower ribs. Just consciously relax the shoulders. Relax the neck. And then draw your knees together and then pull your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. Just a little massage on the spine. And then straighten out your legs, come up onto your elbows. Just make sure you're in a really good straight line right down the centre of the mat. If you've got a blanket handy, a folded blanket, put that underneath your head, supporting the back of the neck and the head. Then move any equipment out of the way that's in the way, and then allow your body to just completely release into the floor. Listen to the sound of the breath as it enters and as it exits. Consciously unhook the arm and leg muscles. Allow the physical body to become heavy. And out of that heaviness, perhaps you observe a sensation of energetic lightness that radiates from the bones into the muscles and into the organs. Into the flesh and the skin. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down to the toes and to the fingers and to the top of the head. And then when you're ready to disturb yourself, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, just bring yourself back into this pose of shavasana. Bend your knees, bring your knees in towards your chest, just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. And then roll over onto your right side, just stay down for a breath or two. And then stretch out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just a final cross legs with your hands in namaste, a final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice this morning. A healthy flow of clean, positive energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists and the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb. It's a gesture of wisdom and physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry into our day. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel like you've really transformed your energy. You've given yourself good, positive energy to put into your day. So thank you very much for joining me.